Tonight on CTV News at 5.
I've seen this coming for over a decade. It's come out of the United States, and it really happened when social media came into the world as a whole.
Center of influence. Content creators have a growing impact on what Canadians see and think.
We have lovely volunteer dogs come in, and they are donating blood.
Lifesavers. When four-legged friends need a transfusion, dog donors come to the rescue.
We're going to go along and have a Merry Christmas, as well as the people in Gloucester.
And another tree tradition. Find out why Shelburne has been sending a big spruce south of the border for decades.
And clouding over for the Maritimes tonight, along with some areas of light snow and rain.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thanks for joining us. First at 5 tonight, influencer information. Social media has transformed how we consume information, from health trends to home decor and political opinions. Content creators are reaching Canadians at a whole new level and helping shape beliefs and behaviors. As CTV's Stephanie Seco shows us, a new study looks at who's driving the conversation, and, well, the answer may surprise you. Hi there, Steph.
Hi, Maria. Influencers are reaching more people than ever before, and young adults in particular are turning to them for entertainment and information.
Rebecca Higgs has been creating content online in Halifax for more than a decade.
I started when my daughter was young, and I think I just was lucky that I got into it before the market was super saturated.
In that time, she's built quite the following as the DIY mom.
I like to do the research before I partner with a brand and share something specifically, but also I do share a lot of things with my audience that have worked for me personally, so anecdotally.
Recent data shows 89% of Canadian adults use social media at least weekly. According to that data, the most popular platform is Facebook with 67%, 53% use YouTube, 41% frequent Instagram, 18% turn to TikTok, and 17% use X weekly.
We can have engagement with people that think the way that we think. So we find an influencer and they go, oh, I agree with that. And so we get attracted to that. And that's because there's a two-way relationship that can go on. People can have dialogue with those influencers. They feel more connected to that influencer than they do an institution.
A new study by the Media Ecosystem Observatory specifically looked at political influencers in Canada.
Political influencers for us are individuals or groups who consistently produce political content, and they are able to shape political opinion online.
The research showed political influencers have more reach on social media than news media or politicians, accounting for 62% of online engagement and 51% of all posts. When breaking down engagement by age, 64% of those aged 18 to 34 interacted with a political influencer, while 41% of those between 35 and 54 did, and 28% over 55 did.
We are witnessing now a structural shift from institutions to individuals in Canadian information ecosystem.
When it comes to how someone came across a political influencer, the study showed 32% of people were recommended by friends, while the same amount say the algorithm recommended the influencer. Maria.
Isn't that interesting? Thank you, Stephanie. CTV's Stephanie Seco for us in the news center this evening. All right, we're going to head over to the anchor desk where Todd Battis is standing by with a look at the headlines. Hi, Todd.
Hi, Maria. The Serious Incident Response Team has concluded its investigation into the death of a St. Stephen, New Brunswick man who drowned after a police chase. It has found the RCMP was not at fault. The man's family, however, is not pleased. It still has questions about the police actions. We will hear from them tonight at 6 o'clock. More frustration tonight over billing by Nova Scotia Power. This time, one customer claiming her account was sent to a collections agency without notice. This after the utility said no one would be charged late fees as a result. We will get the details in your newscast. Black Friday is a week away, but that's not stopping retailers from cashing in on some early sales. Shoppers are hitting the stores lured by the hope of a deal. And the stores, they want those people in. They're looking for their business. We will hit the streets at 6 o'clock. All right, let's hit the Weather Center now. Kayla Mitchell with a look at the day. Kayla?
Yeah, not a tremendous amount of weather on the go out there for anybody who's heading out and doing some Christmas shopping this evening. Temperatures, of course, they are chilly as they have been basically throughout the week. Most of the temperatures, we're moving into the first part of this evening, sitting around the low to mid-single digits. So a few communities in the north of New Brunswick, including around Edmundston and Charlotte, already sitting at 0. Checking in on the winds, variable in direction, but mostly on the lighter side. In a lot of cases, away from coastal areas, they're only being sustained between around 5 and 10 kilometers per hour. On parts of the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, some of those sustained winds are a little bit closer to 20 kilometers per hour. No gusts to show you. As we take a look at things on radar and a satellite, we do have some precipitation in the region. There's a round of some showers that moved in off the Atlantic and is in place for parts of the east of Nova Scotia, areas of Guysborough County, especially in and around Canso, and then across Cape Breton. And then we have a round of some light snow that's making its way into northern and western areas of New Brunswick, though a tremendous amount of accumulation is not expected out of that. In some cases, it might be amounts of coating up to around a centimeter or 2. The light snow and the light rain is running out ahead of a weather front that's going to continue to make its way into the Maritimes for tonight into tomorrow. It's bringing the region generally cloudy conditions for tonight, and tomorrow there will be a chance of some showers for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia as it works its way through. But I'll have more on the weekend forecast when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So time is running out to enter a popular contest. CTV and Coast want to help you get ready for the change of season with our Winter Wheels contest. 3 lucky viewers, one from each maritime province, will win Coast Ready for Winter bundle. The prize package includes 4 hand-cooked winter tires, installation, 4-wheel alignment, and a synthetic seasonal maintenance package. To enter, go to ctvatlantic.ca and follow the contest prompts or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can enter once per day until Saturday at 5 p.m. and the winner will be announced November 28th. Good luck, everybody. Speaking of contests, still ahead, find out if you're packing your bags for paradise when we announce the winner of our Islands of the Bahamas contest winner. We also have this story.
I'm Ariana. We're here in Halifax, and today's blood donation clinic isn't for people, it's for pups. Those details are coming up next.
Hi, it's Katie Kelly. The 62nd annual Christmas Daddies Telethon is happening December 6th on CTV. We're wrapping the studio in sparkle, smiles, and holiday cheer, helping maritime children since 1964. You don't want to miss this celebration.
Welcome back. We are about to make someone very happy. CTV and the Islands of the Bahamas have teamed up to give away a tropical vacation. One lucky viewer and a guest will win round-trip direct airfare from Halifax to Nassau. The 7-night stay at British Colonial Nassau also includes meal vouchers and a day trip to Blue Lagoon Island, where you'll experience an intimate dolphin encounter, plus so much more. So the winner is... Congratulations, Catherine Davidson of Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. You are going to paradise. Congrats to Catherine, of course, and thank you to everyone who entered. All right, on to our next story here. Glow Gardens is back once again, brightening the way with over 1 million twinkling lights. CTV's Jim Quammen shines a spotlight on this year's display.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
This year our theme is the Christmas Carnival, so it's very exciting. Every year we have a different theme, and we're so excited about this theme. We've got Ferris wheels and a lot of big, beautiful light fixtures. So we have a zoo, we have all kinds of big tents and air balloons, and it's just a lot of fun. And who doesn't love a fun carnival?
Oh, hello there. I was worried I didn't have anything left to give.
So this year we added Glow Quest. So it's an interactive element where every kid who comes gets a magical icicle wand and they become a spark bearer. So we have little activations all throughout the gardens. So they tap it with their wand and each station does something different. There's lots of fun puzzles that are aimed more for an older child, but then there's lots of puzzles and games and activities for the younger children too. And we actually have 2 new features this year. And it's all included in the price, so you're getting more for your Glow. So within the Glow ticket, you're getting the audio adventure as well. So Fox and Bunny, some new characters that have joined us this year for Glow Gardens, are going to tell you some stories and give you puzzles and some jokes and train you to become a young ringmaster. Glow Gardens really is for all ages. You know, we do have our Glowville, which has all the bouncy castles and the arcades. Again, everything is included in your ticket. So you can stay in Funland and Glowville with all the bouncy castles for 5 minutes, or you can stay there for a couple hours. There are specific hours on our website, and you can purchase tickets online. You can also purchase them at the door, but we do recommend purchasing them online beforehand so you don't run into a sold-out time slot.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend booking before you go. And by the way, it's selfie heaven. If you want to get some good Christmas pics, that is the place.
It is, and if you bring your 8-year-old like I did last year, you will have that couple of hours while they enjoy the bouncy castles.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're hoping for a nice weekend this weekend. Can you deliver?
Yeah, a little bit. We certainly had some natural glow today in parts of the Maritimes as the sun did break through, though it was increasing cloudiness in New Brunswick, followed by some light snow in the north of the province. We're seeing some of the blue sky, though, that was present today here at Lower Sackville, and I'll have more on the forecast after the break.
It was to recognize a present or former Nova Scotian who has made an outstanding lifetime contribution to society through scientific and technological discovery and invention.
He was named as
That is our own CTV's Kaylin Mitchell hosting the 2025 Discovery Awards last night in Halifax. The 23rd annual event recognizes local innovators in science and technology. Dozens of game changers were highlighted and 7 took home hardware. Hundreds packed the Halifax Convention Center, and we are told a good time was had by all. Congratulations to the winners and the nominees. And for those who were wondering where Kaylin was yesterday, well, there's your answer. Kaylin, a good time, I bet, huh?
Yeah, the vibes were good all night long. The food was delicious. It's always a little bit of a humbling event, though, because there is so much brain power in that room, and they are so accomplished. But hey, it's good to be, a little bit humbled every once in a while. Let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset times, and for that, we're going to go to a beautiful scene in the Tantramar Marsh area. This is near Aulac in New Brunswick as we take a look at the sunrise and sunset times for the provincial capitals around the region. Sun generally rising by about 7:20 to 7:36 a.m. and now setting between 4:30 and 10 to 5. Taking a look at our weather systems map, barometric pressure, it's about middle of the road right now. It is starting to fall a little bit at the approach of a weather front from the west of us, and we're already seeing some precipitation running out ahead of this front, including some light snow in northern areas of New Brunswick. That's showing up here on radar in through the blues. It's also possible that some western and central areas of New Brunswick could get into a bit of a mixture of either some light snow or mix of light snow and rain showers. Speaking of rain showers, there's a round of rain showers that made its way off the Atlantic and is crossing parts of Cape Breton. Now, the precipitation in both cases, both the snow moving into the north of New Brunswick and the rain in the east of Nova Scotia, pretty light. Taking a look at our timeline for cloud cover and precipitation, other parts of the Maritimes, we continue to make our way through this evening and tonight. We'll be seeing some increasing cloudiness. Won't be quite as clear as the last couple of nights were. Now, the cloud cover sticks around to the start of the day for tomorrow, but New Brunswick will clear to a mix of sun and cloud for Saturday afternoon. It remains a little bit in the cloudier side for both Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia on Saturday, and the front's still moving through. So for those two provinces, some scattered showers are possible. It's about a 40% chance of some showers for any given community in both PEI and Nova Scotia for tomorrow, until a little bit later Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, when there's a slightly higher chance of a round of showers sort of working its way up the Atlantic coastal area of Nova Scotia. After that, though, we're getting in behind that weather front. We should see some clearing as we make our way through Saturday evening and towards the late night hours of Saturday and the early morning hours of Sunday. And Sunday at this point in time, it's looking mostly sunny to a fair weather mix of sun and cloud, but chilly. Winds in the forecast for tomorrow. as that front comes through, the wind direction changes a little bit. It starts to become a west wind. They'll be sustained 10 to 20 kilometers per hour. May have a few gusts between 20 and 40, especially around northern areas of New Brunswick, north coast of Prince Edward Island, and parts of Inverness and Victoria counties in Cape Breton. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight will generally fall into a range around -2 to +2 for a good portion of the Maritimes. A few areas will hold on to some temperatures just above the freezing mark. A couple communities in Prince Edward Island as an example, and some coastal areas of Nova Scotia. Here's a look at the high temperatures in the forecast for Saturday. And in New Brunswick, most of the highs will be between around 2 and 6 degrees, up to around 7 degrees for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island, and high temperatures tomorrow for Nova Scotia, mostly between 7 and 9. Taking a look at the end of the weekend on Sunday, so we're behind that front. We're going to see more sunshine on Sunday, some increase in cloudiness in the southwest of Nova Scotia as we make our way into and through the afternoon. Temperatures a little bit chillier. Highs between 2 and 4 degrees for most of New Brunswick, around 3 for Charlottetown, Summerside, much of Prince Edward Island, and the high temperatures for Nova Scotia between 4 and 7 degrees. All right, let's take a look at our Weather Watcher for tonight. And tonight's Weather Watcher is coming in from 10-year-old Declan Benjamin, who likes to go by Sonic from Berwick, Nova Scotia. And Sonic sent us a drawing of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hey, I love the Ninja Turtles. Thank you so much for this great drawing. And Weather Watchers anytime can come into CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So humans aren't the only ones who can donate blood. Today at Lady Hammond Hospital, dogs from across Halifax gave the gift of life. CTV's Hafsa Arif takes us to the clinic's second ever Canine Blood Donor Day.
Oh my gosh, she's so excited.
Inside this clinic, wagging tails, treats, and life-saving work. The Canadian Animal Blood Bank set up a dog donor clinic, part of a growing effort to make sure emergency vets have blood ready before it's needed.
It's good to have blood on hand, ready for a dog who needs it, so we're not wasting valuable time trying to find a dog to come in.
The program is new in Nova Scotia and launched this year. So far, at least 25 hospitals have hosted the blood bank.
Dogs who qualify to donate, dogs who are between 1 to 8 years of age before they turn 9 years old, over 55 pounds, a good temperament, friendly, healthy otherwise, and up to date on vaccines.
For pet owners, the idea of a canine blood bank is still new, but for many, it makes perfect sense.
If my dog can help to save somebody else's dog, it's one of the better things that we can do with our pets, and why not?
For Michelle Clark's dog Onyx, this is his second time donating, and he handled it like a pro.
Flinched a little bit at a certain point and stuff, and he settled back down again, and it was really non-eventful for him, really.
The dogs here are what vets call universal donors, meaning their blood can go to almost any other dog.
Dogs have about 13 known blood types, but we really focus on one and the 2 subgroups. We look for positive or negative in that subgroup.
For some owners, the motivation is deeply personal.
My last German Shepherd boy needed to go in for emergency surgery, and if he hadn't had access to blood during that time, we might have lost him at that period of time, and that would have been devastating.
Donating takes only a few minutes, and the blood is delivered to Coastal Care's Veterinary Emergency Hospital.
It's processed and then used internally or shipped to different hospitals across Nova Scotia and the Maritimes.
The clinics run roughly once a week across the province. The hope is more Maritimers will consider letting their pets become heroes, one tail wag at a time. Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Halifax.
Well done, Onyx, and wow, love to see that. Pets and humans working together. Time for a break. Here's a look at what's coming up next.
I'm Jonathan McInnes in Shelburne. Many of us know about the Christmas tree for Boston, but how many know about the tree for Gloucester? We'll bring you the story of this tradition that dates back more than 2 decades later on CTV News at 5.
It's Halifax's Christmas music station, Move 100.
It's beginning to sound a lot like Christmas. Our friends at iHeartRadio have kicked off their 24-hour all-holiday format. It's all Christmas, all the time, right across the country in over 85 stations starting today and through Christmas Day. So if you're looking for around-the-clock Christmas cheer in the Maritimes, you can find it on Move 100 in Halifax and Move 106.9 in Fredericton. Nice. All right, so we all know Nova Scotia's tree for Boston, but it's not actually the only one of its kind. As CTV's Jonathan McGinnis shows us, there's another tree en route to the U.S., marking another special connection between communities on either side of the border.
There is a close connection between the communities of Shelburne, Nova Scotia and Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Partially due to the fact that we're quite related with the maritime fishing industry from many years past, of course.
To mark those deep connected roots, the mayor and council on the Canadian side decided to send a gift of a Christmas tree. That was 1998, and the tradition has been going on since.
I've cut a few and tied a few of them, yeah.
Michael Deschamps cut this year's tree, too. The large spruce was donated by the Doan family from Lower Ohio. It's a team effort. The city of Gloucester sends a crew over to transport the tree back to Massachusetts each year.
I think it's wonderful, right? I mean, it's good to see the guys when they come over. You know, we all have a good laugh.
If you're wondering, despite the frosty relationship between Canada and the United States right now, politics isn't talked about. The Christmas spirit is what matters.
I believe that that particular connection to Gloucester will have nothing to do with the geopolitical problems that we're having along with the U.S.
Massachusetts State Senator Bruce Tarr took to social media to express his gratitude for the gift, saying, in part, this tradition reminds us of the strong bonds we share across borders.
It's a tradition of giving and sharing that I think the world needs a lot more of.
The tree will be lit in Gloucester November 30th, illuminating a friendship that goes back decades and will continue as the search for next year's tree has already begun. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Shelburne, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Jonathan. I learned something.
I'm sure they'll find a good tree for next year, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's a beautiful area and lots of beautiful trees. But I had no idea that this tradition existed. So there you go. I learned something. And I like to think that I know what's going on in the region.
Now, speaking of Shelburne and the South Shore of Nova Scotia, dumping day is set for them for next Monday. So weather forecast, of course, pretty important. Winds looking a little bit gustier off the South Shore of Nova Scotia than I would like to see for Monday afternoon into evening and night. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that coming up CTV News at 6.
All right. We'll see you and Todd at 6 o'clock. I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. The national news is next. Good night.